Hello everyone. This video is going to be about using named layouts to customize your class pages. And that can be any page where you show classes in Main Street Sites. That's front-end pages, website pages. And I'll show you some examples. Let's take a look. So you might have on your website a classes page where you've got some filters. In this case, we've got a class type filter, and you've got different columns that you're showing, the class and the schedule and the teacher. And here we've got a style column and a register button. We've also got some things like this mouse over support. You can see that changing as we go over, and the alternate rows styles we see as well. We can go over to the makeup scheduler. We've got the same kind of thing. We've got different columns that are showing here. These are all controlled by named layouts in Main Street Sites, deciding what filter should show and what columns should show. We'll look at one more. This is the drop-in scheduler, and here we have another named layout controlling what filters and what columns are showing. We often get requests to change the columns that are showing. That's all done by editing the named layout. So let's take a look. So we go to the back end of Main Street Sites. We go to Website and Named Layouts here under Settings. And you'll see that there's a layout for just about everything. There's a registration layout and a class page layout. There are a couple other things. In this case, we've got a catalog sample. There's some variations on name layouts. We're not going to get into catalogs and calendars here. Those are some more advanced layouts you could get into if you want. There are layouts for the demo scheduler, and the Facebook app has got a layout. The drop-in scheduler has got a layout, and the makeup scheduler. And you can have multiple layouts as well. You can create different ones for different pages. Some of the other topics that the other videos will get into, we mentioned the calendar and catalog layouts. There's also a thing called components where you can make widgets to put on other websites, so you can really control how those work. Those all use layouts as well. But we're not going to get into that now. We're just going to look at some simple layout examples. So let's look at this one, the default class page layout. And so we'll see what makes up a layout. The first thing we've got here are the filters, and we've got a class type filter here. We could add another filter. We could add a location filter if we wanted to. For example, we could add another filter. It could be the teacher or instructor. We've also got day of the week. We've also got here dance style. In this example, that is a custom category. Another advanced feature. We'll just ignore it for now. But that's if you want to create your own filter instead of just the built-in ones. In this case, though, we'll just add location and instructor just for fun here. And you can add your own caption for the filter too. Maybe you don't want to call it location. You could call it something else. I'll leave that for now. We've got another option here, the initial value. You might decide that for your filters you want people to pick first. You don't want a big old list. So that's why this one is set to select. It's kind of forcing people to pick. It could just be any and show everything, or it could pick the first value in the list. In this case, though, I'm going to say set it to any. Other things we have here is the group by. How should the classes be grouped? In this case, we're grouping it by dance style. It could be grouped by location. That's a very common way to group it. Some people group by day of the week. So you've got options there. I'm going to leave it set to location here. And you can also turn on expand and collapse arrows too. Let's turn that on just for fun. So that's if when you show that list of classes, you can have little expand and collapse buttons there as part of your display. Not all, and we'll make the point here that the classes grid is the most advanced one, a lot more things to play with. Some of the other name layouts are not quite as fancy, but they'll all have different options depending on what they are. We've got some sort options here. We won't get into that. We've got some display options for this named layout, which are things like the row background color. We looked and probably saw that the alternating color. We pointed that out. Here's where that's coming from. We could change that if we wanted to. The mouse over color, we could change that too just for fun. Let's make it this slightly yellow color just to show that we're changing it. We can put a border on each row. We've got a line height too. That's set to 50. We could make those rows bigger or smaller if we wanted to. But the most interesting part of the named layout is going to be down at the bottom, and that's the list of columns that are in the layout. And here we've got the class and the schedule, which is the day of the week and time. I've got the instructor with a little pop-up for the instructor's bio. I've got that custom field we mentioned, the dance style, and there was a register link. We could get rid of these columns if we wanted to. We could change the order. The thing that people most commonly do is they say, hey, I want to add a column. So I'm just going to click add here, and I'm going to add a price. Maybe you want to include a price here. And when you add a column to your layout, we're going to list all of the columns that we know about, and there are quite a few you can pick from for different purposes, different things you might want to do. I'm going to pick a price here. We've got some options. We can show a range of prices, a minimum price, a maximum price. I'm going to pick best price here. And best price, the reason we call it that is if you've got prorating, we're going to show the best price, best current price for the class, not sort of the default, but if you're, say, 2 weeks into the semester and you're knocking that price down, we're going to show the current price for the class. That's what best price is here. And I'm going to center it, and I'm going to save this column. And if I look down here, I've added it. It's at the end of the list. I don't really want it there. I'm just going to drag it up to put it before the register link. And I'm going to save it. And if I did the right thing here, I go to classes and I refresh. And here I've added that price column. I've got my slightly different mouse over color that we did. And I've got my little expand and collapse doohickey here, the little buttons, which you can use if you want to. So all that stuff. Oh, I've got my new filters too. We added some more filters along the top. All those neat things are part of the layout. You can go in and change that anytime, however you'd like. As we mentioned, those layouts are used. Let's go back to name layouts and look at the different ones. They're used in the drop-in scheduler, makeup scheduler, etc. So that's there for you to experiment with. You can add columns, change the order, etc. So if you have any questions, let us know. But that's the introduction to named layouts. Give it a try and see how it goes. Thanks for watching.